Hello friends, today we are going to make an experiment which is very important, and our setup is now ready for that experiment. Today we will make an experiment on conductivity. The first question arises that what is conductivity of a material? What is conductivity? We know that each material is different and has its characteristics and properties. Some materials have electrically charged particles which are free to move inside them, known as free electrons. When such materials are connected to a battery or a cell, the free electrons start to move and allow electricity to pass through them. The ability of the materials to pass electricity through them is known as conductivity. Again I am repeating, the ability of the materials to pass electricity through them is known as conductivity. Depending on the conductivity, materials are classified as conductors, insulators and superconductors. Materials with good mobility of electrons are known as conductors, and materials with less mobility of electrons are referred to as insulators. The conductors with the comparatively easy flow of electrons is classified as good conductor of electricity. Right? Now, if we have to define the meaning of electrical conductors in the simplest way, they are materials that allow electricity to flow through them easily. If we compare two types of materials, the first one allows a better flow of electricity through it, then that material is said to be a good conductor of electricity. Some examples of conductors of electricity are copper, aluminium, silver, gold, graphite, platinum. These are good conductors of electricity. An electrical conductor allows the electric charges to flow through them easily. The property of conductors to conduct electricity is called conductivity. Such materials offer less opposition or resistance to the flow of charges. Conducting materials allows easy charge transfer because of the free movement of electrons through them. Now we will discuss about some types of conductors. We know that metals are good conductors of electricity. Some non-metals are also good conductors of electricity. For example, there are some non-metals which are excellent conductors of electricity. For example, carbon in the form of graphite is an excellent conductor of electricity. Ionic conductors. Conductors in the solution form are called ionic conductors. For example, saltwater is an ionic solution and is a good conductor of electricity. Besides that, there are semiconductors also. Although semiconductors are not as good as conducting electricity as conductors, they still have their uses. Some examples of semiconductors are germanium and silicon. Now we will learn about superconductors. The superconductor is a material that offers no resistance to the flow of electrons and conducts electricity. The superconductivity phenomena was discovered by Heike Kamerlingh-Onnes, the Dutch physicist, in 1911. Superconductors are elements or metallic alloy when cooled below a certain threshold temperature lose electrical resistance property and become superconductors. But today we will show you which are good conductors of electricity and which are bad conductors of electricity. Now you see, here we have made an arrangement. In this arrangement we can say which are good conductors of electricity and which are bad conductors of electricity. We divided this conductivity into three parts. One is conductors or good conductors, right? And these insulators or bad conductor electricity, and the third one is superconductors. But today we will only discuss about conductors electricity and bad conductors electricity. Now see which are good conductor electricity. Let us see. First of all, if we take this one, we are taking this one. You see, this is a wooden, made of wood. If we try to make an establishment of electric current through them, let us actually, this setup is such type of setup in which if there is a good conductor, the light will glow here, and you see the buzzer will also make sound, right? I see wood, no, the light is not glowing and the buzzer is also not making sound. That means wood is a bad conductor electricity. You see this one, this is a bad conductor electricity, right? Let us take another example. For example, we are taking this one. We don't know whether this is made of iron or any other metal. We don't know. Let us take whether it can be established electricity between 2 points of this material. We don't know whether it is made up of iron or any other things. Let us check. Yes, it is made up of such type of things that which can conduct electricity, right? Here you see the light is glowing and the buzzer is also making sound at the same time. That means this is a good conductor of electricity, right? This is a good conductor. Wood is a bad conductor of electricity. Here you see we have taken another thing, and that is glass. It is a capillary tube and it is made of glass. Let us try to establish the electrical conductance between this, whether it can conduct electricity through this glass or not. Let us try. No, the light is not glowing and the buzzer is not making sound. That means this glass is a bad conductor of electricity. You see here, this is a bad conductor of electricity, right? Let us take another thing, right? Let us take, here you see there is a wire. We don't know this wire is made up of which metal. We don't know. Let us try whether it is a good conductor of electricity or not. Let us put this point here, and if we touch the other end with this, let's check. Yes, it is making sound, right? And it is also, the light is glowing. That means it is a good conductor of electricity. Now glass and wood are bad conductors, but this particle, this one and this one are good conductors of electricity. Now if we take another things, like suppose we have taken a wire. You see here, this is a wire, right? Now we will check whether it is a good conductor of electricity or not. Yes, here see, yes, right? That means this is also a good conductor of electricity, this wire. That means it is also a good conductor of electricity, right? In this way you can find any other things, whether there is a possibility of flow of electrons or flow of current between those points or not. Let us take another thing. You see, what is this? This is the glue rod of glue gun, right? If you try to make current, establishment of current between these points, let us check whether it can be established electric current or not. Yes, it is not. The LED is not glowing and buzzer also doesn't making any sound. That means it is a bad conductor of electricity, right? That means here you see that this one, the glass, the wood, all are bad conductor of electricity, but this one, this wire, electrical wire, this wire, these are good conductors of electricity. Now this is a question arises, what will happen if we take a magnet? Does current pass through magnet? That is our question. Does current pass through magnet? Let us try this one. You see, this is a magnet. You see here, this is a magnet, right? Now if we try to establish whether there is a current between this magnet or not, let us check. No, current is not passing through this magnet, right? That means we can say that this is not a good conductor, right? Current doesn't pass through a magnet. We put it here on the left hand side because they are not good conductors of electricity. Besides that, if we take this one, this is also wire. Let us check whether electric current can pass through it or not. You see here, the current is, here is, you can see that if you are trying to check whether current can be established through this copper wire or not, this is not working. Why? Because you see there is a coating on this wire, color coating on this wire. That means it is insulated. If we burn these ends, this end and this end, burn it, then it will be a conductor, right? Because you have to wipe out the color of this wire. Now let us check again once again. We have put it at one end and this one wire and put it at another end, right? Here you see, yes, it establishes current. But if we put here, it is not establishing a current because this is coated with color, and color is a bad conductor of electricity, right? You see this one. This is coated with color, that's why it is not conducting any electric current. But if we put it at the end, because we have burned the color of this wire and it establishes current, that means it is a good conductor of electricity. And you know that copper is a good conductor of electricity. Copper, silver, these are good conductor of electricity. In this way you can find out that there are various materials which we can say which are good conductor of electricity and which are bad conductors of electricity. You see, we have taken two pencils and you connected in this way, right? You see this is the graphite. Now you check whether through graphite current can be passed through or not. Let us check. You see here. Now we'll check whether current can pass through graphite or not. You see here, with this you can say that graphite is a good conductor of electricity. You see here that graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Now you can say that graphite or lead of pencil is a good conductor of electricity because this is made up of carbon, right? That is, this is a good conductor. Here we are putting heat here at the good conductors. This is a good conductor, that's why you put it on the right hand side, and on the left hand side we have put all the bad conductors, that is magnet, wood, that is glass, and this glue rod. These are all bad conductors of electricity. Now the question arises, if we take some water, what will happen to it? If we take water, then what happens in water? Does water conduct electricity? Let us check that one also, right? Here you see we have taken a glass of water. You see here, we have taken a glass of water, right? And if we try to establish current between this water, let us check whether it can conduct electricity or not. Let us check. This is pure water, right? this is pure water we have taken, and just check whether it is a good conductivity or not. We taken pure water and let's check. Actually, this is not pure water. Some ions are there, that's why it is conducting electricity. But if we take pure water, it will not conduct any electricity, right? This is not pure water, some ions are present here. Besides that, if we put some salt in it, that means we can conclude that pure water is not a good conductor of electricity, right? If we put some salt here, you see here, we are putting some salt. Salt means NaCl, and it dissociates into two ions, Na plus and Cl minus, which can conduct electricity. That electricity can be conducted through a liquid with the help of ions or charges of positive charge and negative charge. Now let us do once again whether it can conduct electricity in this water or not. You see, the current is increasing here. The salt water is a good conductor of electricity, but pure water is a bad conductor of electricity. In this way, you can establish anything or can check whether it can establish current between 2 points or not with the help of this setup, or you can say which are good conductor of electricity and which are bad conductors of electricity. From this you conclude that pure water is a bad conductor of electricity, but salt water is a good conductor. See here, it establishes current between 2 points. Right? In this way you can say, we can conclude that pure water is a bad conductor, but salt water is a good conductor of electricity. This is also good conductor of electricity. In this you can check any other things. Suppose you want to check whether there is establishment of current between these 2 points or not. You see, this is a metal, this is plastic. You see, it will not conduct because this is the plastic. But if you check it here, it is conducting because it is made up of metal, right? This is made up of metal. In this way, you can establish many types, many other things also, whether they are good conductors of electricity or not, right? In this way, you can differentiate which are good conductors of electricity and which are bad conductors of electricity. Now, the one example is that in conductors, the flow of electrons help to produce electric current, but in the case of liquid, the ions are responsible to flow electric current through the ions. That is, in salt water, Na plus and Cl minus ions are responsible for conducting electric current between this liquid. But in case of conductors, the free electrons are responsible for conducting current. Now we can find out that these are good conductor of electricity and these are bad conductor of electricity. Now at the end, in the nutshell, you can say that magnet, wood, glass, this is a glue rod, these are all bad conductors of electricity. But a salt water, pure water is also a bad conductor of electricity. Salt water, good conductor of electricity. Graphite, good conductor of electricity. Iron, good conductor of electricity. Copper, good conductor of electricity. aluminium, these are all good conductors of electricity. Besides that, there are other things also which are bad conductors of electricity. For example, paper. This is a paper. It cannot establish the electric current between two papers. You see here, this is a bad conductor of electricity, right? Or you can see this one. Let us see whether it is a good conductor or bad conductor. Put these to point and you clear. Yes, it is a good conductor because this is made up of metal. This is a good conductor of electricity. This is a plastic pipe. Let us check whether it can establish this current or not. No, it is a plastic, therefore it is a bad conductor of electricity. In this way, this is a stone, right? This is stone. Let us check whether a stone can conduct electricity or not. No, it is not conducting any electric current. That stone is a bad conductor of electricity, right? In this we can establish whether these are good conductor of electricity or not, right? Dear friends, if you like this video, please subscribe, like and share. Thank you everybody for watching this video.